114 days and this government is still not taking the stance that it should be as a country that brags about humanity and human rights.
This is a long-term fight, and every one of you here needs to commit to this fight. We must sacrifice and we must commit in order to liberate the people of Palestine.
The occupation! Collective punishment! Collective punishment! The siege of Gaza! The state of Israel! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! From the sea to the river! From the sea to the river! From the sea to the river! Justin Trudeau, pick a side! 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 Justin Trudeau, you cannot hide! You signed off on genocide! Justin Trudeau, you cannot hide! You signed off on genocide! Boycott Israel! Boycott Israel! Boycott Israel!
So recently, Israel accused 12 UNRWA workers of being involved in the October 7th Al-Aqsa flood. As a result, multiple countries, including Canada, suspended their funding to the UNRWA. What do you think of this?
Yeah, so it's important to put this in a context in a historical context. So we're talking about the Gaza Strip, which has been under a brutal blockade, a land, sea, and air blockade for over 17 years, where everything that goes in and out is controlled by Israel. It is, one of the most densely populated areas in the world, where 2.3 million people live, and they rely mostly on the humanitarian aid that Israel controls. The amount of electricity, the amount of calories, the amount of water that goes in is very tightly controlled by Israel. And so what we're seeing right now is that little humanitarian aid that 2.3 million people would rely on just for basic survival is now being cut off. And so we're seeing time and time again Canada, US, UK, and other imperialist nations kind of completely cut off the population in Gaza from any chance of survival, and are actually being complicit and greenlighting this campaign of genocide.
Such a large amount of people in Gaza are already starving. Will the cutting of funding make this situation much more detrimental?
Yeah, so there's very little, very minimal to none humanitarian aid that is able to go into Gaza right now. The entire healthcare system and landscape of Gaza, infrastructure of Gaza, has completely collapsed and been destroyed. Last week the last surviving hospital was targeted by Israel, and so the humanitarian aid right now is more important than ever. We're talking about 70,000 people that are injured with no medical infrastructure to treat them, and the situation is extremely dire, and instead of Canada intervening to alleviate the suffering of the Palestinian people, as they claim to care about, they're actually making it worse by cutting off, aid from the UNRWA.
What do you think of the recent ICJ's preliminary ruling that came out?
I think it's a step in the right direction in the sense that, I do think it is a small win for the movement because, it's shifting public opinion. We're seeing, South Africa, which is intimately aware and intimately aware and familiar with an apartheid system, being able to recognize when another apartheid system is actually committing a genocide. And we're seeing public opinion shift. We're seeing the masses and the people of the world, being able to recognize clear as day that this is a genocide. The fact that it's, it is not a binding, it's not a binding conclusion, meaning that, it is up to Israel to whether or not it wants to stop this genocide. Of course, it won't, because, it is in line with their interests to continue the genocide. But what it shows is that, when people put enough pressure, these institutions that have long been complicit in imperialism can bend to reflect the public opinion of the people.
And what do you think about the fact that they did not call for a ceasefire, the ICJ?
I think it's in line with, these international institutions that, they have a limit, they have a ceiling to what they can or cannot do. Nothing that they say is binding, and so it's reflective of that.
Do you think that it's kind of contradictory that they did call for a ceasefire in Ukraine and, Russia to impose a ceasefire and not in Palestine?
So, absolutely. I think what we're seeing right now is that Western nations will push for anything that aligns with their interests. So we've been seeing for decades now how, Western nations have staged coups, they've intervened, they've declared war in countries or in places where their agenda is not being pushed, essentially. They've done it for very minor reasons, and right now when there's a massive genocide that is being televised before our very eyes, they're refusing to take any position or intervene.
And then, you've seen so many forms of disruptive protests, such as, streets being blocked, people protesting outside of the home of Melanie Joly. Why do you think these forms of disruptive protests are so important and essential in this moment?
I think, it's been 3 months of watching this genocide unfold, 3 months of, government's inaction, 3 months of complicity and greenlighting this campaign of genocide. And so escalatory actions are actually extremely necessary for us to be able to get our voices heard. And, it's sending a clear message that as long as our demands for an immediate and permanent ceasefire are not being met, we will continue to put pressure on our government by any means necessary.
Populated area in the world where 2.3 million people live and rely on humanitarian aid during one of the worst genocides that have ever been televised in our history. Shame. And in the past 3 months, we've seen the healthcare infrastructure of Gaza be completely demolished by Israel's genocidal campaign. We've seen healthcare workers be targeted day after day. And these healthcare workers are the true heroes. They have sacrificed everything in order to continue to live, survive, and protect the people in Gaza. Our next speaker is a Palestinian healthcare worker here in Montreal. Please give it up to Dania.
Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Araj, a registered nurse and a former emergency support worker for the Canadian Red Cross. Today I stand before you with a heavy heart, compelled to address a pressing humanitarian crisis in Gaza. As we all have witnessed in the past 114 days, the healthcare situation in Gaza is dire, with a blockade limiting access to critical medical supplies, leaving hospitals and healthcare workers grappling to meet the needs of the vulnerable. In the depths of Gaza, children endure unspeakable horrors due to the lack of medical supplies and medications. Injured children undergo amputations without pain relief, while women in the most vulnerable moments of childbirth have to endure the pain of emergency C-sections without any anesthetic. Tragically, some mothers bleed out during labor, prompting the desperate removal of their uterus to save their lives. Beyond physical anguish, the mental scars from the stress and trauma of living where safety ceases to exist takes a heavy toll on the mental health of families and children. These distressing realities underscore the urgent need for international support and action to address the healthcare crisis in Gaza. Alarming reports have also highlighted the deliberate targeting of hospitals and healthcare workers by Israeli terrorist forces, exacerbating an already challenging scenario. This not only compromises the immediate medical assistance for those in need, but also instills fear and insecurity among the courageous healthcare workers dedicated to saving lives. Furthermore, the lack of sanitation infrastructure has led to a rise in preventable diseases, particularly affecting the youngest members of the community. Children, innocent and hopeful, are suffering due to the insufficient resources to maintain basic health standards. In this defining moment, we must not only acknowledge but passionately confront the dire situation in Gaza. It is not just our moral obligation, it is our duty to stand up for justice and humanity. We are not merely asking, we are demanding an end to this heart-wrenching genocide. Every Palestinian deserves to exist, and we can no longer bear the thoughts of our families and loved ones enduring suffering while the world turns a blind eye to Israel's atrocities. Our demands are simple, yet profound. Palestinians deserve to live. We vehemently call for an immediate end to the racist siege on Gaza, demanding unhindered access to vital medical supplies, food, and aid. Our plea extends to the valiant healthcare workers risking their lives day and night amidst the chaos. Their dedication deserves recognition, and we demand their safety in the face of adversity. The right to health is not negotiable. The right to health is not negotiable. It is universal, and every life holds immeasurable value. Now is the time to unite, raising our voices in unwavering solidarity, demanding not just the basic right to live, but a future for the people of Gaza that is not marred by suffering. Let our collective strength be the force that paves the way to a better tomorrow and a free Palestine from the river to the sea. Thank you.
Free! My drum should not be the loudest here. I need to hear everybody loud and clear. Guys, our guests came all the way from Toronto. I want you to see them, the energy we have in Montreal. So when I say, come down for tout the street, 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 from the sea to the river, from the sea to the river, from the sea to the river. Viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Gaza! Viva, viva Gaza! Viva, viva Intifada! Viva, viva Intifada! Guys, people in the front, guys, I see you guys. Please, please, all of you together, guys. Viva, viva Intifada! Viva, viva Intifada! Viva, viva Gaza! Viva, viva Gaza! Viva, viva Gaza! Viva, viva Gaza! Viva, viva Intifada! Resistance is justified when people are occupied. 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 There is only one solution. Intifada revolution. There is only one solution. There is only one solution. Intifada revolution. Intifada, intifada. Intifada, intifada. Intifada, intifada. Long live Intifada. Long live the Intifada. Long live Intifada. Long live Intifada. Intifada, Intifada. Intifada, Intifada. Intifada, Intifada. Long live Intifada. Long live Intifada. Rasta, Rasta, don't you cry. Rasta, Rasta, don't you cry. We will never let you die. Rasta, Rasta, don't you cry. We will never let you die. Rasta, Rasta, don't you cry. We will never let you die. When we say we will never let you die, that means we will be in the street every single time for Gaza until Gaza gets liberated. Rasta, Rasta, don't you cry! Rasta, Rasta, don't you cry! Rasta, Rasta, don't you cry! Rasta, Rasta, we are here. Tell your children not to fear. Rasta, Rasta, we are here. Rasta, Rasta, we are here. Guys, promise me that you will keep that energy until the end. We will keep that energy until the end of this aggression, until the freedom of Palestine is over.
Please help me to welcome our next speaker, Zaina from the Palestinian Youth Movement. We rise! We rise in the face of Zionism! We rise in the face of occupation! We rise in the face of this genocide! Our people, what can I tell you about our steadfast people that hasn't already been televised? What can I tell you about our people that we haven't already witnessed firsthand for the past 140 hope. The Palestinian people are rising to freedom as we have been for the past 75 years. We will be free! We will be free! Our people in Gaza have suffered under a land, air, and sea blockade for 17 years, and they are now the target of an unspeakable genocidal campaign! 25,000 murdered! Shame! 70,000 injured! Shame! And thousands missing under the rubble! Will these numbers ever be okay? No! The Arab reactionary regimes are complicit in this genocide. The Egyptian government is more interested in serving the interests of Israel, the West, and the Egyptian political class. It has abandoned their Arab brothers and sisters in Palestine. The blocking of the Rafah crossing is a war crime. People are being starved until they are killed. It is not a famine. It is mass starvation. People in Gaza are grinding animal hair to make bread. Dogs are eating our bodies on the streets. No one is safe in Gaza, and this is the true face of Zionism.
Yeah, that's right.
There isn't a single war crime that this arrogant occupation hasn't committed with full impunity. Carpet bombing, theft, murder of men and women and elders and children, bombing of hospitals and schools, medical facilities bombed, mass starvation, and murdering journalists. The crimes of this occupation have been ongoing for 75 years and 114 days. Let's not forget the war crimes in the West Bank either. Demolishing homes, apartheid, military checkpoints. Let's not forget that in the West Bank and this year alone, hundreds and hundreds of other Palestinians were also murdered. For what? For fighting occupation and fighting for their freedom. These crimes are being recorded by history, and all of us here today, worldwide, are witnesses to these crimes. But it's not enough to just have witness. We have a responsibility here in the belly of the empire. We must protest every week. We boycott every brand. We challenge people. We talk about Palestine. We participate in strikes. Shut it down!
Shut it down!
Shut it down! We have the power. We also have the power to tell the Canadian government and the immigration minister, Mark Miller, that bringing only 1,000 people from Gaza to Canada is not enough. Their measures are ridiculous, and we must guarantee safety for everyone who will survive this brutal campaign against Gaza. The past 114 days have proved that the power is in the hands of the collective, and we must never lose this momentum. We must never abandon the struggle until justice prevails and until Palestine is free from the river to the sea! ومهما يصير ومهما صار أولادك راجعين لك يا فلسطين بشعلة نار! Free! 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 Free!
Free! start preparing. The people who wants to pray, please come in front of the truck. The people who don't have to pray, we're going to stay here for a bit and chant a bit more until we're ready to move. Free, free Palestine!
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 Boycott Israël!
Boycottons les criminels!
Boycott Israël!
Boycottons les criminels!
Boycott Israël!
Boycottons les criminels!
What do we want?
Justice!
For who? For who?
Palestine!
For who?
Palestine!
For who?
Palestine!
When do we want it? When do we want it?
Now!
When do we want it?
Now!
We want justice, tell me how.
The siege on Gaza now!
We want justice, tell me how.
The siege on Gaza now!
We want justice, tell me how.
The siege on Gaza now!
We want justice, tell me how.
The siege on Gaza now!
Resistance is justified. Resistance is justified.
People are occupied!
Resistance is justified.
People are occupied!
Resistance is justified.
People are occupied!
Boycott Israël. Boycott Israël.
Boycottons les criminels!
Tout le monde déteste les sionistes. Tout le monde.
Déteste les sionistes!
Tout le monde. Tout le monde.
Déteste les sionistes!
Tout le monde.
Déteste les sionistes!
Tout le monde.
Tout le monde!
Okay, so I have a new chant for you guys, okay? So it goes like this. Whose state? Our state! Whose state? Whose state? Whose state? Two state? No way! Two state? Two state?
No way!
Whose state? Whose state?
Our state!
Two state?
No way!
Two state?
No way!
Whose state?
No way!
Whose state?
Our state!
Whose state? Whose state?
Our state!
Whose state?
No way!
Whose state?
No way!
Whose state? Our state! Whose state?
Our state!
Whose state?
Our state!
Tuesday!
No way!
Tuesday!
No way!
Whose state? Whose state? Tuesday! Tuesday! Free! 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 We want justice, you say how?
The siege on Gaza now!
We want justice, you say how?
And the siege on Gaza now!
We want justice, tell me how?
And the siege on Gaza now!
We want justice, tell me how?
And the siege on Gaza now!
We want justice, tell me how?
And the siege on Gaza now!
We want justice, tell me how? And the occupation now. We want justice, tell me how?
And the occupation now!
We want justice, tell me how?
And the occupation now!
We don't get it.
Shout it down!
We don't get it.
Shout it down!
If we don't get it.
Shout it down!
If we don't get it.
Shout it down!
The siege on Gaza.
Shout it down!
The siege on Gaza.
Shout it down!
Apartheid wall.
Shout it down!
Apartheid wall.
Shout it down!
Ethnic cleansing.
Shout it down!
Ethnic cleansing.
Shout it down!
The siege on Gaza.
Shout it down!
The siege on Gaza.
Shout it down!
Carbon farming.
Shout it down!
Carbon farming.
Shout it down!
Shut it down.
Shout it down! Shout it down!
got to go. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Who go? The occupation's got to go. Just a small reminder one more time. We have Hands for Charity guys, the Yellow Vest, who are collecting the donation for our people in Gaza. In the same time also we have our sisters in here collecting donations for our movement, to keep our movement survived and to keep it going. Thank you guys for your contributing with us. Thank you for your donation. I want to go for it. Viva, viva! Palestina! Viva, viva! Palestina! Viva, viva! Palestina! Viva, viva! Palestina! Viva, viva Gaza! Viva, viva Gaza! Viva, viva Gaza! Viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Gaza! Viva, viva Gaza! Justin Trudeau, you will see! Justin Trudeau, you will see! Justin Trudeau, you will see! Netanyahu, you will see! Palestine is almost free! Palestine is almost free! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Justice is our demand! Justice is our demand! Justice is our demand! Justice is our demand! Israel is stolen land! Israel is stolen land! Israel is stolen land! Boycottons Israël! Boycottons Israël! Alright, I want everyone with me at the same time, together. Tous les sionistes sont racistes. Tous les sionistes sont des terroristes. Tous les sionistes sont racistes. Keep it. Tous les sionistes sont racistes. Tous les sionistes sont des terroristes. Tous les sionistes sont racistes. Tous les sionistes sont racistes. Tous les sionistes sont des terroristes. Israël assassine les enfants de Palestine. Israël terrorise tout le monde en Palestine.
À la 17e semaine de ce génocide, 17 semaines à témoigner des crimes télévisés, 17 semaines à voir la classe politique profiter de cet horrible nettoyage ethnique. 17 semaines à voir plus de 23 000 personnes se faire martyrer. 17 semaines de témoigner le peuple de Gaza qui reste debout et fait face à l'occupation sioniste et ses alliés impérialistes qui leur refusent tout médicament, toute nourriture, toute eau et toute dignité. Il y a quelques jours, la Cour de justice internationale a ordonné à Israël de prendre toutes les mesures nécessaires pour empêcher un génocide. Nous savons que cela ne signifie pas que Israël va soudainement cesser ses crimes de guerre, car nous savons que ces crimes de guerre sont une partie fondamentale du sionisme. Le sionisme ne peut pas exister sans destruction, sans massacre, sans nettoyage ethnique. Mais ce que l'ordonnance de la Cour de justice internationale nous a montré, c'est que l'opinion publique a définitivement changé et que le monde a commencé à voir le vrai visage du sionisme. marées sont en train de tourner. Le peuple se soulève et les systèmes qui étaient autrefois construits contre nous commencent à plier devant la puissance et à la volonté de ce que le peuple uni peut faire. Le peuple uni jamais ne sera vaincu. Le peuple uni jamais ne sera vaincu.
Le peuple uni jamais ne sera vaincu. Le peuple uni jamais ne sera vaincu.
Nearly 100 days into Israel's genocide against Gaza, the US, the UK, and Canada have shown that they will mobilize their military might in order to support Israel's genocide. These so-called democracies will go at any means or measures to protect their capitalist interests, and they will shamelessly punish any nation that dares to defend the brave Palestinian people and challenge the evils of Zionism. These so-called democracies continue to punish the few brave nations that dare stop the wheels of Israel's genocidal operation against our people in Gaza, which has killed over 23,000 in Gaza. In response to millions of people pouring to the streets between the US, Canada, the UK, and the rest of the world to call for a ceasefire, these terrorizing governments have responded with only more lies, more war, and more senseless violence. All for the sake of making a profit. The West has shown clearly again and again that they do not serve the interests of the masses, of the people, but instead they only serve their imperialist and capitalist interests. But we have shown for 17 weeks when we show up in snowstorms, in the freezing cold, in the rain, that nothing will make us abandon the people in Gaza. There is nothing that will stop us from showing up for justice, because we know that the truth is on our side. We know that it is not enough to pour into the streets of Montreal. We need to organize our workplaces, our schools, our communities, and our neighborhoods. This is a long-term fight, and every one of you here needs to commit to this fight. We must sacrifice and we must commit in order to liberate the people of Palestine. Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! From the river to the sea! Palestine is almost free! From the river to the sea! Palestine is almost free! Palestine is almost free! Palestine is almost free! Palestine is almost free! Palestine is almost free!
Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! What do we want? What do we want? For who? For who? When do we want it? When do we want it? We want justice, tell me how. We want justice, tell me how. Hands off Gaza now. Hands off Yemen now. Hands off Gaza now. Hands off Yemen now. We want justice, tell me how. We want justice, tell me how. Guys, I want to remind you all that we We have people wearing vests with the Canadian flag and hats for charity on it. They're collecting donations for our people back home in Gaza to send them as aid. So anything you guys can contribute, $1, cash or card, it both works. Make sure to contribute so we can help our people back home. This is what they're the ones we're doing it for. Thank you all very much. Now I'm also going to leave you guys with a small reminder from Brother Mahmoud. Please give him a round of applause.
Assalamu alaikum, Montreal. 114 days of the ongoing genocide on our brothers and sisters and families back home in Gaza. 114 days, and we still have children stuck underneath the rubble because not a single country would go and help us remove them from under there. 114 days, and our parents are still going to sleep with no food because there is only a few biscuits that they will save for their children so they do not starve to death. 114 days and this government is still not taking the stance that it should be as a country that brags about humanity and human rights. Our government's complicity is something that cannot be hidden anymore. We know it, we've been saying it for so long, but this war really proves it to everyone. We are complicit in this war as if we are the second hand of Israel. Our taxes that they force us to spend there on children, on bombs to be dropped on children, to murder children, that's what the government can do. It can force you to be complicit, but it cannot listen to you at all. So we have been taking things into our hands for the last 15 weeks. We have been shutting down the streets. We have been showing up at every point of contact with this enemy, wherever we could face the MPs and tell them that you are complicit. We have been. And Montreal, we need you to step up. We need to step up all as a community. We need to fight harder. When the government tells us that you can just sit there and talk and no one's gonna listen to you, we need to yell 1,000 times harder. We need to get out and fight 1,000 times harder. Our children are dying and Canada is complicit, so you cannot say that this country and that country are not related. So as every week that we stand out here, we thank you for always standing up with the truth. We thank you for always coming out with us again. And let's continue, Montreal. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep finding more ways to fight for Palestine until we achieve liberation. Free, free! 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 Libérez Gaza!
boycottant Israël. Boycottant les criminels. Boycottant Israël. Boycottant les criminels. Boycottant Israël. Boycottant Israël. Israël, casse-toi. Palestine n'est pas à toi. Israël, casse-toi.
La Palestine n'est pas à toi.
Israël, casse-toi.
La Palestine n'est pas à toi.
Israël, casse-toi.
La Palestine n'est pas à toi.
Et vive la lutte palestinienne. Et vive la lutte palestinienne. Et vive la lutte palestinienne. Et vive la lutte. Everyone. Et vive la lutte palestinienne. 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 Libérez Gaza. Libérez Gaza. Libérez la Palestine. Brick by brick, wall by wall, the occupation's got to fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall, the occupation's got to fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall. Brick by brick, wall by wall, the occupation's got to fall. Gaza. In our thousands and our millions, we are all Palestinians. In our thousands and our millions. In our thousands and our millions.
We are all Palestinians.
In our thousands and our millions.
We are all Palestinians.
In our thousands and our millions. In our thousands and our millions. Guys, let the banner come first, and then everyone walk behind the banner. Thank you very much. So.
Solidarité avec la Palestine. Solidarité avec
make it clear, guys, when we scream, that's to make sure we get warm. So that's why we keep jumping. You know, temperature is cold here. So that's why we jump. So all of you together, guys. On is up.
ship around. Turn another ship around. Turn another ship around. Turn another ship around. Gaza calls, Yemen answers. Gaza calls, Yemen answers. All Israeli ships are cancelled. All Israeli ships are cancelled. All Israeli ships are cancelled. Gaza calls, Yemen answers. Gaza calls, Yemen answers. All Israeli ships are cancelled. All Israeli ships are cancelled. Yemen, Yemen.
Free, free, free Palestine.